Good afternoon. Just bought this generator, Champion dual fuel generator. It's a 4,500 watt generator, dual fuel inverter generator, runs quiet. I just bought a camper also, and we needed, when we go boondocking, we need some power. So I was looking at different generators and went on YouTube, and this Champion generator was a highly recommended generator, and it would run all the implements, the appliances that I have on the camper. So I was impressed with what I saw, and I says, let's order one. Went to Amazon, ordered it, had it shipped here in about 3 days, and did a little unboxing this morning just to look at it and saw what all was included. It comes with the oil, spark plug wrench, lots of stuff comes with it. And here's the oil right here. But to prepare it to do the break-in period, got a couple things we need to do. So we need to set it up on the end. Just roll it over right here. And there's 4 pieces on the back that you have to take loose. It's some type of stability thing for when it's being shipped or whatever. So what we want to do is take these off. 10mm wrench, and it actually comes with the wrench, but you know, I like doing it the easy way. Just take this off and you can discard it. It has no other purpose than just being on here whenever it's shipped. I'm assuming it does something with the engine to keep it from bouncing around, moving around. So we'll get all this off, and next thing we're going to do, we're going to open it up, add some oil to it, and a couple other things. So stick around. The next thing I want to do is remove these 2 little screws. I've already removed those. They're little, like a 10mm machine screw. Remove them from right here, pull this out, and this exposes the engine. We'll just set that cover to the side. And I have removed the spark plug. I wanted to check the gap of the spark plug, and this the recommendations are in the book here. Let me find it. 28 to 31 thousandths. So I'm going to go with 30 thousandths. I got a little feeler gauge. Insert it in there, make sure it fits. That's 30 thousandths. Also, I put some anti-seize on this spark plug. And now I'm going to just install it back into the engine and tighten it down to the proper torque. Spark plug back in the cylinder, so I'm going to replace the spark plug wire. Put it on, press it down into place, and you can feel it when it clicks. Also, while I'm in this compartment, I want to connect the battery. The battery is sitting right here, and you pull these wires out, and I need to get me some wire cutters and cut this zip tie off, and we'll just unplug these connectors and hook them together. Got some side cutters. Let's cut this zip tie off. You got these connectors here. You just unplug each side and then plug them into each other. And there you have it. You have the battery hooked up. Check the spark plug. All that's good. I'm going to replace these back down in here like this and replace the cover, and then we'll add oil to it. Now you want to remove this cover so we can add the oil. Twist little knob open, remove this cover, set it to the side. Comes with a little sticker inside that says there's no oil in the unit. And they have a handy little drain here for if you want to change the oil. That's real handy. And we got an oil dipstick in here. You remove that. And there is a little dab of oil in the machine, so I guess they ship it that way. And like I said, the machine comes with a spout. Stick it in. And one thing I want to do before I start putting oil in it, I'm going to stick an old rag in here, and in case it runs over, it won't go into the housing of this generator. Keep everything kind of neat and clean. And we're going to put, how much oil goes in here? It says 16.9 quart, 16.9 ounces. It's on here somewhere. Oh, here we go. There's so much information on here. 16.9 fluid ounces. So they give you this, I'm assuming it's pre-measured. So we'll take the top off of this. Hey, this isn't rocket science. We're just adding a little oil. And we'll pour it in slowly. I'm going to put most all of it in, and then we'll check the level of it. Like I say, there's oil already in the engine. It was just a little bit on the tip. Okay, I'll put about half of that in there. I'm going to let that just sit there for a second, and we'll pull this funnel out. I don't want to drip any. We'll pull the funnel out and we'll check it, and I'm sure we'll have to add some more. Now let's pull this funnel out and see if we can see any in there. I don't see it yet, so we'll go ahead and we'll add some more of this pre-measured oil. I left just a tiny bit there in the bottom. We'll let that be like that. That's looking pretty good there. We're going to check that. Got the little oil dipstick there. We'll stick it in the hole. Pull it back out and check it. Yeah, I still need to put some more oil in there. It's showing, I can see it inside there just a little bit, but I believe it'll take the rest of it. Pre-measured. I got a flashlight. I'm going to shine it down there, see if we can see where that level's at. That's got it. That pre-measured amount was just enough. And you can tell, even in the directions, it tells you to look in there, the oil fill hole that's there. And if you can see oil on the threads, then that's plenty. If you've got one thread left, you're good to go. So we're good to go on the oil. Let's put the oil dipstick, screw it back down in there. Remove that rag. We're going to hook up some propane now, and we're going to crank it. Let's see what happens with that. We got the oil in, got the spark plug checked, put a little anti-seize on the spark plug. We've read the directions. We're going to hook up some propane gas now, Let me check, make sure this is all tight. Have to be careful with this because it will work loose in there. That worries me a little bit about that. With a little vibration, that cap could come off. We may have to check into that. But anyway, all this looks good. I'm going to leave this cover off and until we get it running and all. But before I do crank it, I want to cycle the engine around. Got it full of oil. I just want to make sure that the crankshaft and the piston, everything is lubricated in there. Get a little oil to moving around. We don't want to have a dry start to cause excessive wear. It's okay. I pulled it a little bit there. Got the oil moving around. I'm going to hook up the hose that came with it. I do want to keep this out of the dirt. All right. Now pull this cover off right here. And this is an easy on, easy off. You just put it up there on the quick connect and mash it in and it connects. So make sure we got all this done. Got that done like that. Let's spin this around and we're going to start the break-in period. Again, 30 amp RV ready connector there and two 120 volt connectors here. It's also got an appliance here where you can plug in your USB adapter. And I need to check the packaging. I think that's supposed to be included, but we'll see. All right, as far as I know, we're ready, so I'm going to cut the gas on. I'm going to cut the gas on slowly. And I'm going to see if I smell any propane gas, you know. I don't smell anything. So as far as I know, we're ready to go. Got oil in it. It's the big day, y'all. And I don't know that we need to, I don't know that it needs to be choked, but we're going to choke it. I'm going to mash this button. I'm assuming that battery is charged, so let's see what we got. It's turning over. I smell propane, so we'll take it off of choke. And it does not want to start now. Oh, it fired right up. I wasn't mashing the button hard enough. Now that is quiet. That is a lot quieter than I expected. That's very surprising. Now it's on Econo mode. That way you can hook this to your RV. You can run it, and if it needs more load, it'll get off of the Econo mode, and the RPMs will rise up some. Running nice and smooth. Not a lot of vibration. I want to check and see if I got any leak over here. Everything looks good on this side. That is surprisingly quiet. I like that. It's operating at 60 hertz. It's got the thing there. And there's a timer for how long it's running on this cycle. And then the 0.0, that's total hours or time that it's been running. 12.2 volts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to let this run about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, and then we'll put a load on it. And this session is going to run for 5 hours. The break-in period is going to be 5 hours. So I'm going to let it run, get warmed up good, then we'll put a load on, take the load off. Throughout the 5 hours, we'll hook different appliances, and you'll see what's going on. So y'all stick around. This is the break-in period. Champion 4,500 watt power inverter. Welcome back. This Champion generator, it's been running about 2 hours now. I came out, I've put a load on it a couple times, and I want to show you what it does when you put a load on it. I've got a heat gun out here, and it's a real old heat gun and heavy duty. I don't even know what the wattage is on here, but I've actually used this to light charcoal when I cook on a grill. It's got a minimum of 500 degrees, so yes, you can light charcoal. So I'll cut it on right here, and this is a heavy duty cast, hot metal cast iron, whatever you call this frame. This isn't plastic. So I just got it on cool right now, got it plugged in, and what's going to happen when I fire this up, you'll hear the generator change tunes. So let's go ahead and put a load on it and let it run for a while on a load. I just want to show you what this does, and then I'll undo this. And I've got a squirrel cage fan with an electric motor. It's like a quarter horse motor, half horse motor. I'll plug it back in, and it puts a good load on it too. So let's check this heat gun out. See, it's got about half the load on it now. It's 50% of its load, and you can hear the RPMs of the generator go up a little bit. But this is the 5 hour break-in period, and you need to run it for a while it's got a load on it. So here you have it. That puts the load on it right there. I'm going to unplug that, and I've got this big squirrel cage fan. I'm going to plug it up now. It's going to do basically the same thing, but I do want to run it for a half hour or so with a load on it. All part of the break-in cycle of this generator. That doesn't put a bigger load on it as that heat gun, but yes, it puts a load on it. So thanks for checking back in. We're going to let this go for about an hour under a load, and we'll be through shortly, finishing up with the break-in period of this. And so far it's just running just as smooth as can be. I'm very pleased with it. If you're looking for a generator, like I said earlier, get you one of these. This will do about anything you want. Okay folks, we've been running this generator right at 5 hours now. We've gone through the break-in period. It's been running great. Everything's doing fine as expected. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, and we're going to change the oil in it. I'll see. They say in these videos that I've been watching on YouTube that you'll see little slivers of metal, stuff like that. That's because it's a new engine. You have bearings and different things like that inside the engine, on the crankshaft and on the pistons. and you know, you've got rings on the piston. So gonna let it cool down a little bit, change the oil, and then this will be ready for service. So let's go ahead and cut it down, cut it off. And there you have it. I'm gonna let this cool about 30-45 minutes. We'll come back and change the oil. Okay, well, I've been letting this cool down for about 15 minutes, and it says, according to the owner's manual, change the oil when the oil is hot. This oil is hot. I hope it's not too hot, but there's a drain plug right here, and I've got a clear quart-sized jar there, glass jar. I'm going to collect the oil in it and inspect it to see what the oil looks like, see if there's any metal slivers in there, and got fresh oil to go in it. So let's go ahead and get this done. I don't know if this is going to be hot or not. Yeah, that's coming out all right. It's going to be slow, but the oil's going to drain. It's going to take a minute or two, so bear with me. We'll be right back. All right, folks. Hey, it's the end of a long day. We've got the break-in period done with the generator. I've got the new oil, the break-in oil here. And I don't see any huge particles of metal. I believe I see some superficial particles, you know. We'll let it settle, and I'll look at it closer later. So what I want to do now is get the new oil put in there. This was a 10W30 all-purpose motor oil, and I'm going back with a full synthetic oil. 100% full synthetic. I'm going to remove the dipstick out. There's the dipstick. I'm going to set it over here to the side. And I've got a funnel. I'm going to put it in. And I poured the oil. Like I said, I'm going back with 5W30. And I kept the old container here, and I measured how much oil was in it, put a little mark on it. So this was the correct amount to put in there, so I'm just going to do the same thing again. This is possible that this may overfill it a little bit because there was some oil in that crankcase, but just in case, I'm going to put a napkin down there to catch any runoff. It might overfill. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in. I'm just going to pour it all and hope it doesn't overfill. I've got just a little splash left in there. I'm going to check it and make sure that we got it right. I got a little flashlight here. That's going to be the perfect amount. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of this in there. It was about a ½ ounce left in there, and it could be that I might need to add just a touch more. We'll see what it looks like. That's going to be fine. It says that you should put the oil in it until you see it covered the threads inside the engine block where you actually add the oil. So that's a perfect spot. I see where it comes up to, and now we'll just put the dipstick, screw it back in if I can get it started. Well, I'm having trouble getting it, but it don't want to line up with me. And I don't want to cross thread it. Here we go, we got it. So anyway, there you have it. Unboxing all the way to the break-in period. Champion generator, the dual fuel model. It ran great today. So I give it a 2 and 2, give it 4 thumbs up. Works great. I am going to crank it again just to circulate this new oil. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this video, and there's hundreds of them out there on the break-in. I watched numerous videos of how to break one in, how to unbox it and all, you know. So it's really, really simple. I give you a quick start guide in your owner's manual, and it's just like, you know, 4 steps, and there you go. So anyway, thanks for watching us over here at Big Al's Eats. Big Al's Eats. We're not cooking today. We're producing power. Y'all have a good day. Cheers.